Good evening, everybody. You are now living in
hell.
The red wave.
Welcome to Hell World, baby.
We have, the rumors are true, we have had our White House press pass took away. We did not place our hands on any aid. That is not the PodBoi way of life. Okay.
Sorry, sir. You're still canceled.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Can I ask a question? Who do you have picking Kentucky at Tennessee? Sir, you're canceled. That's fake news. Anyways.
Yeah,
jumping straight in. Okay.
We don't give a damn about the Tennessee game.
We don't give a damn about politics. Because around these parts, we let our talking speak on the 100 yards. I'm just kidding. That's canceled.
All right. Okay.
Alright. Well, it's your boy...
Your boy Savannah.
It's your boy Ryan.
It's your girl Savannah.
And it's the jackass that called in, Wes.
Yup. He's got the poor audio. Anyways.
Okay.
So what you got for us? Anything before the games?
We went to the Kyle concert last night. It was fucking lit. Highly recommend going to one of his concerts. He puts on a good show. And that's about it.
Wes, you got anything important to say before?
I will just say that tonight we are all Jim Acosta. R.I.P., buddy.
Rip.
Yo, this is the first time the original PodBois it's just been us three in a while.
Yeah, the trio.
Mm-hmm.
Where it all started. Savannah, you got to talk about the videos you sent us in the group of our very first.
Y'all, I found the video of our dry run of our very first podcast. This shit was low quality.
It was cringeworthy.
We picked like 5 games fast as hell. And other than that, we talked about like movies and politics and
Wes said that Butch Jones would never be fired.
Yeah, Wes said Butch was never going to be fired.
And for that, sir, you're canceled.
Well, okay.
His reasoning was that Tennessee was doomed to live in a constant purgatory of never being good nor horrible. But I think we turned for the horrible, so.
Well, frankly, I'm glad that we've made at least some progress in one direction or the other. I want to defend that prediction a little bit, because what you have to understand is I operate off of a thesis called the Hell World thesis, which says that essentially now we live in a world where the worst possible outcome of any situation is what will happen. And what it keeps you from doing is getting your hopes up, so that when stuff like, Marsha Blackburn becoming your sitting senator, when that happens, you're like, oh, well, Hell World, baby.
That's exactly what I was about to say. When Trump became president, I wasn't expecting that. And, I went to sleep before the poll results were even coming in. And I woke up to Ron saying Trump won, and I was like, nah, you're shitting me.
You woke up to Ryan just blowing various horns and popping like party poppers and throwing confetti and making the like feminist owned SJW wrecked by Logic compilations.
Yup.
It was a dark night.
Trump yeets that election. Let's just say.
But
Trump yoked that election.
Yup. But
I'll say one last thing. Not only because of the election results last night, which I won't get into detail about, but also because of just the fact that it's the end of the school year. or the semester, and everything's coming due. I just want to say I'm feeling like Hillary after she collapsed on the 9/11 memorial. I feel great.
Oh my god.
Ironically.
Oh my god. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but Texas vetoed Beto. Okay, I'm canceled. I'm canceled.
All right. I feel great.
I will say that the whole Hell World thing does work because, like I said, I was in shock when I found out about Trump, but I kind of expected Marsha to win, even though, you know, I thought we were on a let's get this bread is in kind of vibe, but apparently we weren't.
Nah. Nope.
So.
Well, frankly, I'm just absolutely dumbstruck that, workers and women of color and, recent immigrants to this country didn't vote for the boring, pasty white guy who said he would confirm Kavanaugh. I can't believe it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he screwed himself by saying that.
What's funny is that he said that, and like I guess one of the PACs that was, donating and volunteering for his campaign, when he said that, they just cut off funding. So, it wasn't like it was just a dumb thing that he said. It actively hurt his chances to win. Mm-hmm. So, great job, Bill.
If you're gonna be like a pasty white guy in politics as a Democrat, you have to be at least a little bit like funny,
Or like entertaining, or good looking, or something. Like Beto O'Rourke, like you mentioned earlier. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I agree with him on, a lot of stuff I don't. But I mean, shit, like he is daddy as like the dude looks good. I mean, you can't. And he's running against someone who's so just
that's so not
ways.
daddy.
Yeah. He looks like the Blob or just some various Michael Carpenter creature in a horror film or something. But so yeah, that's Hell World. We're living in it, and it's living in us, frankly.
All right. Well,
anyway,
speaking of Hell World, let's TCU plays West Virginia this week.
Number 9 ranked West Virginia too.
And I used the Heaven World theory at the beginning of the season. I thought the TCU was going to be really good.
I did the same.
See, that's where you should have embraced Hell World philosophy, and you wouldn't have been disappointed by the results of the season.
Oh yeah, I'm devastated. I don't even really want to pick this game. TCU by -30. We're gonna get blown out. West Virginia wins. The Country Roads are going to take Gary Patterson to some lost place and beat him behind a woodshed, basically. This is not going to be pretty.
Stop right there.
What's Patterson's I'm sorry, what's TCU's record right now, Ryan?
They're 4-5.
Okay. 4-5.
Is Patterson on the hot seat at all in your mind?
Oh, no.
No, you don't think so?
Dude, no.
They love him.
This dude could go 0-12, and we've already built him a statue outside the stadium, so he's there.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Really, his losses weren't bad, except for, like, the Kansas loss. But, like, one of his losses was to Oklahoma. One was in, like, it was against Ohio State, but it was a reasonably well played game in the first half, anyways. Their issue is they keep choking in the second half,
and injuries have killed the team.
And didn't they have their kicker playing something right now? What was it, Ryan?
We have a kicker playing defensive end on the practice squad. So if that just shows you how many injuries there have been. Jerry said a quote along the lines of, "We just need him there to be a body."
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, they're screwed.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about their chances, man.
Are you feeling it? Are you a riff ram bazoo?
All right, let's.
No.
So who you picking?
You know what? This is TCU's week. They're going to be pissed about how their season's going. West Virginia is overhyped. Doesn't Greer have to sit out the first half of the game for something he did?
So they're still going to beat us, but whatever.
Either way, arguably their best player is going to be out the first half of the game. I'm pretty sure. Somebody fact check me, because I think I saw that somewhere. But if he's going to be out, that helps your chances some, even with the injuries. TCU also has had like a decent defense this year. So I think that with TCU having a decent defense and one of their best offensive players being out, that's going to work in their favor. TCU is going to squeak out a low-scoring game.
I don't think Will Greer is suspended.
I saw something about him missing half a game.
I'm doodling. Wes, what you got while I doodle this?
I'm going to go with the safe pick. I'm going to go with West Virginia on this one. Basically, because they've really surprised me this season. They've done really well, and TCU, frankly, has not. So yeah, I'm going to go with WVU, but on this one.
I'm a dumbass. I was totally talking about the wrong person.
It happens.
Who is it? Snell. He's going to be out against Tennessee. I don't know why that got mixed up in my mind, but it did.
Whom amongst us?
Listen, that concert has killed me. Driving back from Atlanta and then having to teach, and then I haven't took a nap today to make up for all the lost sleep. Everything's a little bit foggy in my mind. I've made multiple mistakes today that were embarrassing. So let's just continue that. Man. Let's just continue that flow.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yep.
Right. But here's the important thing: are you going to get any sleep tonight?
I would like to say so, but
okay.
Morgan decided to leave his Nintendo Switch here, so probably not.
Damn.
I'm still sticking with TCU.
What'd you say?
I said I'm still sticking with TCU anyway, so.
Yeah.
I can't take that back now, so.
Too late, yeah, you already picked. Alright, who we got next?
Anyways.
Whom do we have next?
This is probably the best game this week. One of the best games this week. We have number 10, Ohio State, over, they're playing at 18, Michigan State, and Ohio State is picked to win by 3.5 points.
This is a hard matchup because both teams are kind of failures this year. I think Michigan State is the bigger failure, even though Ohio State is kind of a dumpster fire right now. So I think I'm going to go Ohio State, but I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan State wins.
Well, Robbie's not here to say it with me, but Ohio State. I'm going to keep that same energy all season, and if anyone has a chance of beating them, I'm going to pick against them. So, I'm going Michigan State. Literally no basis for that other than it's a decently close matchup, and I hate Ohio State.
Well, yeah. Wes, how about you?
I don't share Robbie and Savannah's hatred for OSU. My clear thinking and both sides mentality allow me to see past the BS and realize that Michigan State, although they do have a pretty good run defense, allowing only 71 yards a game, they are allowing over 250 a game in passing yards, and that is Ohio State's strength, it appears, this season. They're averaging about 370 passing yards a game. So, it'll be kind of a test of whether Michigan State's defense can hold up against Ohio State. And in my opinion, I don't think they can. I think Ohio State's just a little too talented for them.
Yeah.
So,
Wes, that's the most informed thing that anyone has ever said on the podcast.
I didn't gonna lie, I zoned out. It was so official. I felt like I was listening to
Normally I base my picks off of So the other day I was playing the team on NCAA and they fucking suck, dude. But whatever. And now, I had to come with that heat. So you can call them the guys if you want, but they're gonna take it, and I'm gonna say by about 10 points.
I think Ohio State's gonna be. How do I put this nicely? There's no way to put it nicely. I'm not even going to say the phrase. They are going to be down on themselves over their failed season. So, to the failed season.
Okay, but,
don't even start talking shit to me about Miami.
Okay. I'm not talking shit about Miami, but, their quarterback has over 3,000 yards passing, with, 3 games to go still in the regular season. He's got 32 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's impossible, but...
All right.
Anyways, up next we got your boys, Wes. We have Wisconsin playing at number 20, Penn State, who is a 9-point favorite.
Go.
Wes, you want to go first?
Yeah. So, Wisconsin, as you know, longtime favorite of mine, and folks, they recently, I'm sensing some good mojo in the state of Wisconsin, okay, because they just got rid of their governor, Scott Walker, total piece of shit, total, just non-human, the blob-looking motherfucker, very creepy, very weird, okay? Now, I know they're taking on Penn State. Wisconsin's currently unranked, okay? Penn State is number 20. But, because there's so much good mojo in the state of Wisconsin right now, I have to go with my Wisconsin Badgers. And I'm going to say it'll be a close one. They win by 2.
Who you got, Ryan?
Well, Wes, while they may have got rid of their governor, it appears that they may have also got rid of their quarterback, who is listed as questionable for this game. I think that allows Penn State to win this matchup and win it pretty handily over the Badgers.
I don't know why, but the word handily aggravates me, and you say it at least 3 times every podcast.
It sounds like handy.
I know, it just stresses me out. And Ryan says it all the time, and Robbie says it too. I'm like, if y'all don't shut the up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drop the F-bomb right then.
They're going to... Oh, never mind. We're not even picking a USC game, so I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, we are. It's next.
Oh, it's up after this.
Shit, I didn't even know.
Wes, I'm going to have to go with you. I think I'm feeling Wisconsin this week. We got 2 teams that are 6-3. Neither have been super impressive this season, but one of Wisconsin's losses was to Michigan, so you kind of expected that one. One of Penn State's losses was also to Michigan. The difference is Penn State got blown out worse.
Yeah.
The only thing is Penn State only lost to Ohio State by 1, so that makes you kind of question what I just said. But I'm still feeling it in Wisconsin. I think that they're prepared to take down PSU.
Okay.
You didn't pick?
So bad.
Yeah, I did. I picked Penn State.
Oh. Well, I just wasn't listening to you. All
We're
right.
gonna badger them.
Oh yeah. We are now at my personal favorite. Our boys, the Trojans, are a 5-point favorite over Cal. They're playing at the Trojan Stadium.
Huh. Well.
So we're going back to their place this week.
Wes, I'll let you take the wheel.
Okay, you're gonna let me take the wheel here?
Yeah. USC at Cal. Oh, it's at USC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. In the Coliseum. Cal at the Coliseum.
Okay. Well, I'd frankly like, I'm not a Pac-12 guy.
Who is?
Okay. I mean, oh Jesus Christ, USC is apparently 5-4.
Yep, they're not doing so hot.
But yet they're first in the Pac-12 South.
Well,
yeah, because
Cal-
the
They're
Utes.
tied. Okay.
Cal is also 5-4.
Damn, that's not good.
No, they're garbage.
Yeah, wow. I don't really know. It looks like both of these teams are trash. I mean, you know what? I'll just say this about our Trojans. When the rubber hits the road, they're gonna catch this big Trojan D. Baby.
Okay.
I'm going USC, baby. You know what it is?
So.
Oh my God! I just realized they're going to get absolutely demolished by Notre Dame.
Hell
well, actually,
yeah.
would that not?
Notre Dame's
Would that
gonna
not be a
bend them
good
over.
game for Notre Dame to lose?
I don't know.
That would be a good one for them to lose on, just like USC pulling the upset.
Yeah.
I just noticed the USC has their big rivalry next week against another team that's the Bears, the Bruins, UCLA. So they end the season with 2 rivalry games, so that's impressive.
Hopefully they don't overlook California to UCLA.
To another University of California.
There's too many California universities.
Well, it's like UTK and UTC, but we got UCB, UCal Berkeley. What you got, Savannah?
So I don't really want to make a sex joke about the Bears because that feels like bestiality to me.
I could hardly bear it.
Do it. Okay.
I ain't trying to get too weird on the pod. Or too, what the kids like to call problematic. So, I'm just going to say that I think the Trojans will win. That's all I'm saying.
So you think that they'll pull it out?
Yeah, I think they'll pull this one out just in the nick of time.
Yeah. That was still G-rated. You're good.
Yep.
Alright, so Cal has a lot of things that are golden. Alright?
Oh no.
They got the Golden Bears. Trojans come in golden wrappers. But I think they're going to have one more thing. A golden shower.
Oh no.
When USC R. Kelly's them.
Cancelled.
USC is... I am canceled for that.
Hasn't Donald Trump kind of taken over the golden shower thing now?
Has he said something about golden showers?
Well, there was that whole thing that came out of this dossier from this British spy how long? It was probably a year ago or something like that, where apparently Donald Trump had went to Moscow for the Miss USA a thing before he ran for president, and like the Russians had bugged his hotel room, and he was staying in the same room where Obama and Michelle had stayed like a few years back. And Trump did this thing, supposedly, like this has never been proven, but apparently Trump like had these Russian sex workers like pee on the bed where Obama and Michelle had slept. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah,
So-
that's canceled.
Just to clarify, he didn't pee on anyone, did he? Or have them pee on
No.
him? Just on the bed.
Yes, as like a way to, I guess, be spiteful
Yeah.
towards Obama.
That doesn't do anything to him. That just kind of the hotel, but
Well, that's what a lot of people were saying. They're like, why would he just have them pee on the bed? That
but
doesn't,
then again,
that doesn't accomplish anything.
he's a dumbass though. So
But I mean, you know, it is. I mean, I do think Trump's petty enough to do that, but I don't think he's like that dumb. You know.
who'd you pick?
Yes, he will.
So anyway.
All right, back to more serious topics, and we're done talking about weird urination fetishes.
Oh no, it's still on.
Nope.
Oh no.
We are now in the "It Just Means More" section. The moment you've all been waiting for. Let's be real. It's SEC over everything. Do I sound like a yee chud yet?
Yep.
Okay.
Basically.
What I was
It
aiming
just
for.
matters more.
Just.
So what game?
Up first, we have South Carolina playing at number 15 Florida. Florida is the 6-point favorite.
You know what? Short and simple. Lately, I've been saying a lot. Oof. When stuff gets awkward. But this time, I'm gonna spell it instead of OOF. It's gonna be uppercase UF. Oof.
So,
The Gamecocks just got raked. Florida by 21.
I would definitely be with you on that whole, like, they're going to wreck them train if they hadn't took a big L to Missouri last week. A big L to Missouri. Anyways, I think that Florida's going to pull one out, but it's going to be close. It's going to really help them that they're playing in the swamp. That's the reason they'll win. Home field advantage.
Alright. Wes. What about you?
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about this one. I think Florida takes it pretty easily. I mean, South Carolina might put up a decent fight and make it a little bit closer, but I don't think there's any doubt about the outcome on this one. I think Florida takes it.
Alright. Then, for the good
I think
old...
we're going to have some disappointed cocks this week, y'all. Sorry.
Oof. Alright, now, speaking of other disappointed fans, we've got the University of Tennessee hosting the University of Kentucky.
Kentucky is now ranked number 11, but they are only a 6-point favorite. Just saying.
I hope, and this is probably the most biased prediction of mine. I hope that Kentucky wins, and that is who I'll be picking. Kentucky.
I'm gonna have to change it up here. This is the game I was trying to talk about earlier, I guess. Benny Snell is going to be out the first half of this game. They're playing at Rocky Top. Tennessee fans don't like Kentucky. People are going to probably show up for this game. So I think that the home field advantage is also going to help Tennessee a lot here. Plus having Kentucky's best player out, that's definitely going to help. And scoring wise, they're both scoring about 24.5 points per game. So I think it's going to be close. And I believe that Tennessee is going to be just mad enough to pull this one out.
All right, Wes.
I'm gonna go against the Hell World thesis temporarily and agree with Savannah. I think Kentucky's overrated.
Yup.
I think they've had a good season. I think they've done good things, but I think that I don't know. I just think luck will be on the side of the ball.
I feel it right now. You know what I mean?
I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. And I mean, it's like Savannah said. I think talent-wise, they're pretty evenly matched. Honestly, I think it's just basically a matter of whether or not Tennessee lets the fact that Kentucky's number 11 get to them. So I think Tennessee can take this one, and I'll pick them on a close one. We'll say by 3.
Okay. Before we do this last game, this is just a yes or no. Do y'all think that Alabama will be upset by number 16 Mississippi State this week?
No. Oh, we have 2 games.
Oh, yeah.
No. Alabama continues to run everybody over.
Yeah, I think they're going to whoop some ass. What about you, Wes?
Yeah, I don't think Mississippi State has the kind of talent they need to compete with Alabama.
I didn't think so.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't even think Auburn will really be a challenge this year. I mean, frankly, Georgia is kind of like the last hope of anybody that wants to see Alabama get upset. But we'll see.
I think that for a team to beat Alabama, they have to have, I would almost say, a better offense than having a better defense, because you need to be able to score, and Alabama's way of winning is to suffocate people, so you have to be able to get up early, I think, and just try and play their game against them.
Well, and, I mean, historically, if you have a really good mobile quarterback, that has historically been how you beat the Alabama defense, or how you upset them. Plus, you have a little bit of luck in the game, like with Auburn when they went to the national championship and they had the K-6.
Oh, yeah.
The question basically is, does maybe an Auburn or Georgia have that in them before the playoffs? Because I really don't. If that's not the case, and I don't think it is. The question then becomes, or the fact then becomes that Alabama's not going to be really challenged until the playoffs when they play somebody that's theoretically, at their level.
Yeah, well, speaking of Auburn and Georgia, they actually play this week, and it's up next.
Number 24 Auburn is playing at number 5 Georgia. Georgia is a 14-point favorite.
I think that Georgia should win this game. Auburn has been a letdown, but going off exactly what you were just saying, Wes, both of these two teams are really the last shot at Alabama losing, unless maybe in the finals of the playoff. I think we'll learn a lot about whether either of these teams even have a shot at winning against Alabama in this game, but I'm taking Georgia big.
I'm going with you, pal. I think Georgia also is going to win big. I'm still concerned that Auburn lost to Mississippi State and Tennessee. Not trying to trash either of those teams, but they did lose to both of them. They lost pretty bad to Mississippi State. So, that being said, Georgia's only loss was to LSU. That's not a bad loss to have on your schedule.
No.
So, that being said, Georgia wins. They cover the spread too.
And Wes?
So, I was just thinking, if it's a close game, and maybe Auburn upsets Georgia, or even if Georgia only can beat Auburn by single digits or maybe a score or two, and Auburn kind of keeps it close, does that kind of indicate that Alabama's going to run Georgia? Because, you know what I mean? Because at that point, I mean, like we've said now a couple times, like, Georgia's kind of the last hope to see Alabama get upset. So if Auburn can stay close to Georgia, and I don't think Auburn's anywhere near as good of a football team as Alabama, frankly. So I don't know. That should make some folks nervous if Alabama's best competition in one of the best leagues in the nation is keeping it close with each other, and Alabama is miles above them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just something to think about going into the game. That being said, I do think Georgia takes it. And other than that, like I said, I don't know how much it'll be by, but that'll be an important thing to keep your eyes on going forward.
So that's the end of our It Just Means More segment. I just threw in a sleeper game to see what y'all's opinion was on it.
I don't know that this is a sleeper game, Savannah.
Boston College is not that bad. Just saying.
No, but this is the college game day.
I know.
No one's sleeping on this day.
Why is college game day going to this?
Because it's the best game of the week.
I disagree.
Barely. I don't like. I mean, you have Ohio State, Michigan State. You have Auburn, Georgia. I mean, there's...
Yeah, 5-24, 2-17, 10-18.
10-18 is closer than 2-17. Anyways.
That ain't it, Chief.
This is a mediocre week. Number 2, Clemson, is playing at number 17, Boston College. And Clemson is picked to win by 20 points.
Not so fast.
Yeah, not so fast.
Speaking of Golden, the Golden Eagles are going to come really close to a win. But I think Clemson's offense is clicking too hard for Boston to really get the opportunity to pull out an upset. But if Boston College can maybe create a couple turnovers, I mean, early momentum could help. But I just think Clemson's offense is way too good. I mean, they scored 77 last week.
That was just insane.
Against Louisville.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of agree with you there. This is almost like a coin toss game for me because I think that Boston College is better than they are getting credit for. But Clemson, like he said, their offense is just clicking hard. Like, in the last 4 games, they scored, and I'm going to count backwards. Last week was 77. The week before was 59. The week before that was 41. And the week before that was 63. Like, that's insane numbers they're putting up weekly. And it's not like they were always playing a scrub team then. It was Louisville, Florida State, North Carolina State, who was ranked number 16 at the time, and Wake Forest. So, I think that Clemson is just hitting their stride right now. And I want to say that Boston College is good enough to possibly do it, but I don't think they will.
Wes, you got anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like when I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that Clemson had beat Louisville last week by 77 to 16. I'm like, holy crap, that's got to be a typo. But, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, if there's any kind of cosmic justice that'll get rolled this week by Boston College, because, you'd have to be trying to put up those kind of numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't think Boston College really has it in them, though. I mean, I think Clemson definitely deserves the number 2 spot. So Boston College might make it close because I think Savannah's right that they're probably not getting as much credit as they deserve.
I mean,
But
they beat Virginia Tech, Miami. They also beat Louisville. I'm trying to pull up their full schedule, but it's taking forever to load. But they have some like pretty quality wins. So I'm not gonna say to count them out.
yeah, I mean, I think they can keep it close, but ultimately, I think again, like we were talking about with Alabama, I think they just have too much talent as compared to their opponent.
All right, so I think that wraps up the picks. I've got one thing I want to mention. All right, so UCF,
Oh yeah.
Group of 5 team, but they're currently sitting at 8-0, and I don't remember the past 2 weeks they've stayed at number 12. Even though Kentucky kind of got blown out last week and just moved from 9 to 11. So I know that they're just Group of 5, and you could argue the opponents are weak. But Notre Dame, who's 9-0 and sitting at 3rd in the playoffs right now, they had a common opponent. Notre Dame played Pittsburgh and won 19-14. And UCF played that same Pittsburgh team and won 45-14. So, I mean, do you think that UCF's kind of getting slept on?
Oh, how the turntables.
You mean how the tables have turned?
It's a quote from The Office.
Oh my gosh! Shut.
Oh.
Anyways, sorry to cut you
Jesus
off with that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say this. I've been skeptical of UCF, but Ryan, I am kind of a fan of the common opponent method of like determining how good a team is, relatively speaking. And yeah, I'm looking at that now. I mean, Notre Dame is always overrated.
Yeah.
Like just as an ironclad rule of college football. So yeah, I mean, what are we saying? That like if there was a 16 or 18 playoff that UCF would get in or deserve to get in, I'd say yeah, absolutely.
I'd say if it was more than 4, they deserve a spot. With it being 4,
100%.
they can win every game. They're not going to get in it.
Right.
I will say I don't think the UCF is as good as the Boise State and the Utahs and the TCUs of the late 2000 to like early 2010s. But I do think that them winning, I mean, it's just weird that they haven't moved at all, I think, in the standings. It's the weirdest thing to move, but I mean, they've got a couple hard games coming up.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
They play Cincinnati, or they play Navy, Cincinnati, and then South Florida. And Cincinnati and South Florida were ranked a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean,
yeah. I mean, if you're UCF, I think you're probably looking at Navy as your toughest game coming up. I mean, is that because I honestly don't know much about Cincinnati or South Florida, and don't really pretend to, but
They need to.
dang, dude, why are you putting on for the pod, acting like you know about it?
As a former football player, I can speak to.
It is.
Okay, but no joke. I can't speak to like the fact that if you have to prepare for a triple option offense or an offense that runs any kind of like radically different offense than you would normally see, it does kind of throw off your game planning a little bit, and it's just another thing you have to prepare for. So even just from that perspective, I think Navy's probably their toughest game coming up. Now, the question becomes, what if they're at the end of the year and they're still undefeated? I mean,
UCF needs to. either change up their conference where they are.
Yeah, BRB changing conferences mid-season.
Just shut the. Obviously, I mean after the season's over, they in the next few years they need to stay good and move up somewhere, or they need to like in their non-conference games they have to schedule hard opponents to get recognition. And I know you don't want to schedule like ranked teams for your throwaway games, basically. But
well, the thing is, it's hard for them to schedule ranked teams because they're a good group of 5 teams.
So no one wants to play them, I guess.
Well, I mean,
basically, you just got to run up and say, "Play me, you p***s," and see if they take your bait. You know.
I think we should probably bleep that one.
Yeah, bleep that.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I think this is why college football could honestly benefit from some kind of promotion relegation system. Because frankly, if you have a team like UCF that has been, it looks like they're gonna go 12-0 again. Probably win their bowl game.
Oh, get the out, you British fan! You British fan!
What?
Hey,
This ain't England. We don't do promotion relegation.
I think it is a very Keynesian approach to college football. It like adds on a level of regulation, but it also allows the system to kind of sort itself out in a way. So if you're a team like UCF, you get a chance to play better competition and, by extension, a better chance to get into a 4-team playoff that should theoretically value an undefeated team and an undefeated season, especially if you have quality opponents. But we don't have that, and frankly, it's an act of Congress to change, conferences. So I think that's a plausible option, but it'll never happen because everybody's super traditionalist about these type of things. So
before we close, I was just thinking the other day, is absolutely not a real scenario that could ever happen. But can you imagine, like, if in real life you were only allowed to recruit within your state? How would that turn out for, like, Tennessee? Like, is there that much high school quality here?
Short answer, no.
Nope. So you would see, like, but can you imagine, like, the football in, like, Florida and Texas and California? That would be lit.
Oh God!
But there's a lot of schools.
You would have like like you know how you have swing states in elections.
Yep.
You would essentially have like swing states in college football where like the only teams who ever were good at all were like Florida teams, California teams, Texas and Oklahoma teams, Alabama teams. Maybe a Georgia team or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
You got the big, instead of the Big 10 and Big 12, the Big 4.
The Big 4 states.
Yeah. Essentially, basically.
Oh, you're an SEC fan? How about a CAL championship, okay? With a California team.
Well, that is kind of like, what was it? What was that old conference, Ryan? You might know this before I would. It was like the Big 8 or something like that. It was like Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Texas.
Oh, the Southwest Conference?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It had like SMU, back when SMU was like Savages.
Yes.
Yeah,
we need to bring that back. We need to make every sort of regional power state like a Big 4. The 4 California teams, the 4 Texas teams, 4 Florida teams.
That'd be lit.
I'm about it.
I don't know. That was just a random thing I was just thinking about the other day. Like, how stacked some states would be.
Well, Hawaii would low-key be good. Just because there's only one school in Hawaii, so they would get everybody.
Well, I mean, they could still play it. People from other conferences, I'm assuming. Or from other states.
Yeah.
Y'all y'all remember the WAC?
The Western Athletic Conference.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, BRB going to whack.
What?
Alright, look. All I'm saying is, when Obama was president, we had the WAC.
Oh my God, that's canceled.
Our president was black, and we had the whack. That's all you need to know, folks.
All right, I got anything else to say?
Nope.
I'm good.
All right. Well, if that's the case, go on Twitter, everybody, and tell Robbie and Atwood that they're fake. Make sure you spell Robbie's name with a Y. Tell Atwood that he's canceled.
It's ROBBY, or you can call him Robert. That also is a savage.
Or Big Rob.
Yes.
But, yeah, that's all I got.
That's all I got. My brain is empty.
I do have one thing. We did have a PodBoi's birthday recently.
Yep.
Ryan, my man, he just turned 16. I'm very happy for him.
Congrats on your license.
Yep.
Yep.
I had a hard time driving through Nashville.
for a different reason, but...
Yo, my homie got
anyway.
trashed in Nashville for his birthday.
Yes, he was picking up trash. That's what was happening.
Yes.
Yep.
He was volunteering because he's a good citizen.
We're running out of resources.
He and Morgan.
And you know what? I said, this trash is trash. So I helped out.
But anyway, so happy birthday, Ryan.
Yup.
Co-founder of the PodBois.
Appreciate it. Alright, well, I love all of y'all and respect all of y'all.
You know what? I love and respect y'all too, you know?
Except for Robbie.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, folks.
Well,
PodBois.
PodBois. Out!